Hey everybody, it's Max and Shep here at the Sun Valley Auto Club taking a look at a very cool German car. This car's kind of floating under the radar, but we have a very nice example of a 1987 Porsche 944.
This is a two-owner Idaho car as well. We've shot a whole bunch of videos in the last couple weeks, and it just feels like really yet another special car, and we were absolutely spoiled. But this is a two-owner Idaho car, and the odometer is 53,000, Max? 53,000.
Say it again, 53,000.
53,000.
And those are documented miles. We pulled a history auto check report on this, and because this car lived in the only county in Idaho that has emission tests, it is recorded that the mileage is in fact 53,000 miles.
And even though it's a two-owner, the second owner really only bought it and only had it for the past year or so. He was an Air Force guy and fell in love with the car. He was the right guy at the right spot, but then he got transferred, and it's kind of like the old classic 60s stories, 70s, you know, going off, transferred, off he goes. Thankfully, he got in touch with us, and we went down and picked it up.
So this thing is super fun. You can see it's in the gold with the awesome phone dial wheels. Those also have some newer tires on them, so they're ready to roll.
And those phone dials we did restore. We sent those off. They're a little sun faded, and so we wanted to bring them back to their glory. So those are fresh, non-curbed, really nice phone dials.
On that note, this car's never been in any accidents, and there's really no damage on this car either. There's what you'd expect for a 1987 vehicle, so there's a little bit of wear and tear, but this car, I was told from the previous owner that it has always been garaged its entire life.
Yeah, the paint's great. We'll show you one spot that there's a little clear coat issue. And that's a good point. We are raving about this car because we've driven it, we've sat in it, we're next to it, but it's not a perfect car, but for the money, it's hard to buy something that will give you puts a bigger smile on your face than this one.
What's nice too is that this isn't just a low mileage car that's lived in a city like Brooklyn or San Francisco. Like I said, this car's been garaged. We have big wide expanses here of land, so the bumpers are not bounced into on the front or the rear.
And it's a dry climate. I mean, we're a high desert climate, great for car preservation. No salt on the roads.
And not a lot of moisture. You know, this car was from southern Idaho, so we're up here a little higher elevation where we do see snow, but Boise really doesn't get much.
Here's some of that aging. That's the factory protector, kind of like your 3M clear bra, and so you see some cracking on that, but that's original. Really fun sunroof. I guess the difference between a sunroof and a moonroof is something you can see the stars through. Sunroof is you completely just take that out, and we'll show you that, but we'll keep going around the car. I wanted to pop open the hatch here. So that rear hatch is fully functioning, and the struts obviously are working as well. So that's your original blow pump that came with the car. You've got your flat tire kit, and then your Porsche toolkit that came with the car as well.
You can see an aftermarket stereo. I was told that this was done by a professional, not your high school friend down the street, and he said he spent about $4,000 on this system.
On the system.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that's unusual, because we have had this car for a while before it went to market, getting the wheels done, we got a seat redone, which we'll talk about, but usually when you see that, we're fighting amp draws and dead batteries. And this one, we've never even had to put it on a trickle charger. The leather interior is an option. So this is optioned out really nicely. It is the 5-speed manual with the full leather interior. Just this seat was just kind of blown from age and use, and so that's a fresh piece of leather on this lower part. So that's in really nice shape. Your door cards, door panels, fantastic. It's just a total functioning car. All the power windows, etc. work on it. Let's just take a quick look at the engine here. So here's that part where the clear is just starting to go a little bit. So just be aware of that. The rest of the front of the car is really rock chip free, and certainly no damage on it. Those lower fog lights are in great shape. No damage on those, cracks, etc. 53,000 miles. The car looks like it from the inside, outside, really well sorted engine. And when you drive it, which we're about ready to do, you really do feel like it's that new car.
I'm excited. Let's do that. There's your parking lamps, your flip-up headlights, brights. How about fogs? You have to have the lights on. There we go. Excellent. There's your wipers. How about that sunroof? This is electronically adjusted there and operated, which is cool. What you can do is you just push in on each side and you can completely remove that top. Check out the photos to see that. Parking lamps with driving lamps. There's your brakes, your reverse, your right turn signal, and your left turn signal. Bring it out into the sun for you. And then we'll take it for a ride. Love the boxed fender flares. Gives this car a very great appearance.
The original leather wrap on the wheel is still nice and tight. We don't have any fraying going on or any heavy signs of heavy use as well. All 4 stages of your fan control work. I've got my temperature gauge coming up, and I'm seeing my fuel gauge, speedometer, odometer, battery life, amps, etc. So fully functioning on the gauge cluster.
No cracks on the dash. This car does come with a dash mat if you'd like to install that to preserve it. That's sitting in the back under the hatch. This stereo system, the main reason why he went ahead and installed it is because he drove this car to California every once in a while. And in California, as most of you know, you need to have Bluetooth for your telephone. So this does have the hands-free cell phone system.
And reverse goes in, no problem. Great braking. And the thing I like most about this car is just the handling. I mean, you just take these curves and you just turn the wheel and then just give it more gas. And it just eats up the road. No creaks or funky vibrations.
This car also hasn't been smoked in. It smells like old German leather.
So these cars are on the rise. We have this one priced where we're not shooting for the top of the rise. If that really does happen, as all the signs point to, that's a couple years down the road. We've left plenty of room for the next owner to take the ride up with the market, and in the meantime, just drive and enjoy this car.
That was fun.
Yeah. So this is Shep and Max, Sun Valley Auto Club. If this is something you've been looking for, I think you found it. You can contact us at, I'm Shep, 208-721-1973.
And I'm Max. You can give me a call at 208-720-8854.